Hello all. So last session we discussed about the data types in Java, about the primitive and non-primitive. So today's section we are going to start methods in Java. So we start it directly. So for methods, we create a one new class separately for methods. So right click on our package. We right click on our package and go to the new and then select the class option. And here we give the class name. I give the class name here in methods in Java. Okay. Then always select the main method. Whenever we create a Java class, that time always we need to select the main method and then click on the finish option. So like this way, our class will get created. Now here under the why basically we needs to use the methods in programming. So for example, we have a different type operation like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. So if all the operation we are doing in a single method, so that time what will be happen? It's something difficult way to find out the particular operation. But for every single operation, we are create one separate method, and inside that method we create that particular operation. So that time very easily be able to find out that particular operation with the help of those methods name. So that purpose is basically methods will be work. So basically under the methods we get two types of methods. So what are the two types of the methods we have? So that is the user defined method and system inbuilt method. So what are the system inbuilt method? Those methods system inbuiltly provide. That method we can say as a system inbuilt method, like a system.out.print, println, public static void main string arguments. So these are the our system inbuilt methods present in Java. So what are the system inbuilt method? System.out.print or println and public static void main string arguments. So um, this is what system input method. And what are the user defined method? So those method user will create, or we are create according to requirement. Those methods we can say as a user defined methods. So basically, from first session, I say we need to always add a main method in our Java class. So why basically we need to add this main method inside our Java class? Because in Java, actual our program execution start from the main method. In Java, actual our program execution will start from the main method. So that's why there is a necessary always to add a main method inside our Java class. Without main method, not possible to execute a Java programs. So that's why always there is a necessary to add the main methods in our every class. To that purpose, main method is necessary. Now we are going to start user defined methods. So how we create a user defined method? So defined method we create like this: public void and method name. For example, like here method name is add and give the body to with this method. Now in this add method, I want to perform the addition between two numbers. So I will declare two variable integer equals to 10, comma b equals to 20. Like this way, I declare here two variable integer equals to 10 and b equals to 20. So now this operation we perform directly in system.out.println like a plus b. So here we perform the addition operation, arithmetic operation, or we can in that we perform the addition operation. So public void add in the body of this method we declare two variable, and between these two variable we perform the addition a plus b. Now let's observe. I directly start the execution of this code and observe if anything we will get in our console after the execution. No, nothing will be displayed in our console. Why? Because of this is the user defined method. And if we create a user defined method, those user defined methods always we need to call in main method. because our app program execution actually start from the main method. So currently inside the main method doesn't find anything, that's why it doesn't get any output. But if you want to execute this user defined method, so that method we need to call inside the main method, that only we able to execute. So let's we call it, and how we can call? With the help of method name. Just with the help of method name we can call. So this is the, for your understanding purpose, I will write here method call. So this is our method call. What will be happening here? Yes, sorry. Here we need to make it as a static. What is the static and non-static thing? That things we will talk about after the some session. There you get clear. But currently only remember, in methods we have a system inbuilt and user defined method. System inbuilt method are println and system dot out of print. Public static void means string arguments, and user defined method like this way we create, and we will call it inside the main method with the help of method name. So that is our method call. Let's save and execute. Now see, from main method our add method will get called, then control comes to inside the add method and it perform the addition between the a plus b and we'll get a out. So like this way, this user defined methods we create. Now, and again under the user defined method we will get a two types, parameterized and non-parameterized. And those method we pass the parameter, that method we can say as a parameterized method. And in this parenthesis, if we don't pass any parameter or don't pass any value, that methods we can say as a non-parameterized method. So let's see. We make a parameterized method. Let's skip this part now. Not require this currently. With the same example, we continue for parameterized. So I declare here one variable integer a comma integer b. We taken here two variables, and then we perform the addition between the a plus b, and that addition we want to store in one another variable, that is the result. Okay, I store that value in result variable. Now here what I want to do, instead of while, I want to take here int return type. The return type. So see here one more thing will be coming. Whenever we use the void return type for our method, that time we doesn't pass the return value to our method. But whenever we use the another return type like integer, character, float, double, boolean, so like that any data type if you use, that time always necessary to use the return type, to use the to pass the return value to method. So how we can pass the return value? Through by using return keyword. Result will be stored where our a plus b addition will be stored in where? In result variable. We declare just it in the result. And now see, this method will be suggest add a return statement. So add a return result. So it will be returns the whatever final result you will get, that result it will be written by in our method. Where it will be written that value? In which position we call method, that position that value gets written. Now that value, but whenever this method is called, what things they required for that method? For these parameters value. So whenever we have parameterized method, so for parameters value when we can pass at the time of calling that method. So now here we pass a and b. So for a we will pass here 10 and for b we will pass here 20. Okay, so from here method will get called, then control comes to inside the body of add method, and then here it perform the addition between the A and B, take the value 10 and 20 from here, and then that result will be stored in result variable. Then return result, this line again return that value to our method here. So basically that final value comes this location. Now that value we want to print in our console. So how we can cache now that value? So just whatever final result now store in our add method, that is for storing that result we will create a one more variable. Now, uh, then the final result comes to inside the sum variable. And now finally we want to print that value. So just we pass a sum. here, like a save and execute. See, still we'll get the same result. How execution should be happen? Firstly, add method will get called from here, then control comes to inside the add method, then it perform the addition between the a plus b, and return the it will be return the final result to our add method here. The final result will get come, and then it will be stored inside the sum variable final result, and then we try to access it. So this line will able to print here 30. Okay, so like this way method concept will be work. Some more terminologies or so many rules we have basically for method. So all the rules I will explain you deeply, but I think for today's session that is enough for methods. Remaining part we will continue in tomorrow's session. About the rules and some limitations we have on methods. So about those things we will discuss in tomorrow's session. So yeah, thank you for watching my video, and if you like it, so please share it with others, and press the bell icon button, so you will get a notification if my new session will become. You will get immediately notification. So thank you. Bye.